I could never, ever give a dog away, much to my own detriment. I have had some dogs that have made my life completely ridiculous. I'm thinking right now, if I had a miniature dachshund for a while named Dinky, who, well, one of the things I like about living with dogs is the way that they are actually another species. I don't, like some people, confuse them with children. I like that they're another species. I like that to me, they are kind of like exchange students from Neptune. They are of our world, but we know that we've just agreed to disagree, kind of. We'll never really understand each other. And Dinky really couldn't grasp the difference between inside and outside. As long as I tried to show her that difference, it would be like, oh, let me get this straight. Inside. Poo out the inside. I finally just decided that the only way I was ever going to train her with regard to this was if I would just plant a lawn inside and then just move all my carpeting into the backyard. That possibly. I have a new book out that is got a lot of dogs in it because, they say write what you know, and I live basically in a herd. In a lot of ways, I'm kind of like Jane Goodall, but without all that annoying research. In the nicest season of the year, my house is kind of like the Badlands of North Dakota, which is now, by the way, it's dog hair season. There's like the equivalent of a toupee in every corner. When I write, I actually am sitting in a room surrounded by dogs who are staring at me, looking like I think like there's something good going to happen, which I hate to tell them there's not really anything good going to happen. I'm basically their alpha, but I think it's because I'm the only one who can open a can. And what I like about having a whole lot of dogs, well, there's really no downside to it for me, except for walking all four at the same time, which is basically water skiing behind the space shuttle. What you end up doing when you walk all four of them is at some point I'm on my knees, wrapped in leashes, and with little patches of blood, and I look like kind of an overdressed, poorly planned bondage pictorial. But I like that they all have completely different personalities. No two of them are really the same. And for instance, I'll give you an example. Is like right now I have a dog named Puppy Boy, who I'm going to read a piece about in about a second. And he, when you come to the door of my house, it's like you're on a terrorist watch list, even if he's met you hundreds of times. He never seems to recognize you. Whereas I had this other dog named Lewis, who had what I used to refer to as a greeting disorder. Which was that when you came to my house, he would greet you until you were unconscious. And then, actually, it was just the greetings had just begun. That was just the beginning of him showing you how welcome you were to my home. I used to think if you were a songwriter, his hit song would have been called "I'll Never Stop Saying Hello." But at that point, Lewis was still, even after you come into my house, he was still so excited that you were at my house that once you regained consciousness and your wounds had been healed and so forth, then he would go into my living room and he would start to have sex with my couch. That's how welcome you were to my house. And he would do that for the whole rest of the time you would be at my house. And I used to think to myself, that's the difference between loving an animal and loving a person, because what if he were my husband, Lewis? And then I'd have to go, I want to warn you, when you come to my house, my husband Louis is going to knock you down and stand on you. And then he's going to go in the living room and he's going to masturbate. But you know, it's just his way of saying, welcome to my home. You're welcome, you're really welcome in my home. It really separated the wheat from the chaff in terms of friends, which I thought was a good thing. But I used to wonder, what is it about the couch that he likes so much? What is getting him so... And I realized later it was the arrangement of the cushions. Because after the woman who cleans my house just put them back just so, it would be like Louis, it would like the couch had put on a negligee. Louis would walk up to it and go, oh, you little slut.